Should I do cardio before or after I lift? This is a question I get asked a lot. And to be honest with you, it does depend on your goal, like most things. However, if you're looking at overall health and the best way to get the most out of your time and out of your workout and out of your body, then definitely leave your cardio until after you have lifted. Unless you're using some form of really slow cardio, non-intensive cardio to warm up. For example, you walk to the gym, you're getting your steps in, you're using it as a warm-up. You get to the gym, you walk on the treadmill, you go on the elliptical, you go on the rower, just do a nice gentle 5 to 10 minutes. That will warm you up, and we do want you to warm up. So you can do that sort of thing. But if you're looking at intense bursts of cardio, then you definitely want to leave it until after you have lifted. Or put it on your rest days, on your separate days. That doesn't mean we want you to train or work out 7 days a week. It just means prioritize your weightlifting. For example, you go into the gym and you jump onto the rower, you do a nice gentle 5 minutes, warm everything up, do your stretching, do your mobilizing, and you are in the perfect position then to lift really well and really safely. You do your weight training, 45 minutes, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on what level you're at. Then if you've got the energy to have a burst intensive cardio, go for it. If you just want to do maybe 5 or 10 minutes, a little bit higher intensity, and then another 5 or 10 minutes to cool yourself down, potentially on the rower again, on the treadmill, on the elliptical, you can do that as well. And again, if you're walking to the gym, you walk to the gym, you use the gym for your lifting, and then you walk back home, you're getting it in there. What you could also do is you could go, right, Monday, I'm going to lift. Tuesday, I'm going to do my cardio. Wednesday, I'm going to lift. Thursday, I'm going to have a rest. Friday, I'm going to lift. Thursday, I'm going to do my cardio. Saturday, I'm going to do my cardio. And then Sunday, I'm going to rest. Okay, so you're still getting 2 days off a week there. And again, depending on what level you're at, you might not want or need 2 days a week off. You might need 3, you might only need 1. Kind of depends. Now, it also depends, like I said before, on your goal. So for me, as a powerlifter, I barely have any sort of cardio in my training. I get my steps in every day, and the steps that I get in are only 6,000. I know people talk about getting a minimum of 10,000 steps in a day, but that doesn't suit my goal, doesn't serve my goal. So on a day where I'm lifting, it's 6,000. On a day where I'm not lifting, which for me is a rest day, all I do is stretch and a little bit of mobility work. On those days, then I'll try and get 10,000 in. But really, 6,000 is the minimum for me, for my body, for what I want, for my goal. So it does depend. And getting your steps in isn't necessarily, for some people, classed as cardio training. But again, for me, for my goal and for my sport, it is. It all depends on what it is that you want. Now, if you're into CrossFit, it'll change. If you're an endurance athlete, if you're a runner, if you're a gymnast or anything like that, things, again, will change. But if you're looking for overall health, you definitely want to prioritize lifting weights. The reason why is because we want to put as much energy as we can into our lifting. We always want our lifting to be more intense than our cardio. We will still train our cardiovascular system when we lift. So if I want to get my heart rate up, if I want to push my cardiovascular system, I will weight train, but I will do more reps, more sets, and I might speed up the tempo depending on what I'm doing. That's how I'll get my cardio in. As a powerlifter, we always say any more than 5 reps is cardio for us. So again, it depends where you're coming from. For my clients, I always say to them, if you want to go for a run because you enjoy it, do it. If you want to go for a swim because you enjoy it, do it. If you want to do it because it's good for your mental health, then do it. But if you're just looking for getting the goals that you've told me about, looking after your overall fitness, then don't worry about it, because we're going to challenge your cardiovascular system at the same time as we lift. We're just not going to be thinking about it that way. And then what I want you to do is I want you to get your steps in every day. That's it. Now, the reason we do this is because we can get so many more benefits out of lifting weights, out of lifting our body weight, out of general resistance training, than we will ever be able to get out of cardiovascular training. So much more beneficial to our bodies. So that's where we want to prioritize the bulk of our energy, unless our sports demand otherwise. Again, weightlifting or lifting in general, that's where we want our focus to be in terms of safety as well. The majority of us, when we do cardiovascular training, getting injured or looking at form isn't something we really think about too much, because it's something we've been doing, or it's something that naturally comes to us. Where with lifting, your form is essential, and the safety when you're lifting is so important. Now, you can get hurt doing cardiovascular training, absolutely, but in comparison to weight training, we want our muscles to be fresh, and we want the bulk of our energy to go there. We want to put more effort into lifting, and we want to concentrate more on our form and safety when we're lifting versus when we're doing cardiovascular training. So if we were to burn ourselves out pushing our cardio, then we went to lift, our muscles would be tired, our brains would be tired, we'd be lacking in oxygen, we'd be wanting food, and our muscles just wouldn't perform as well, which means our form, our technique wouldn't be as good. We wouldn't be able to lift as heavy, we wouldn't be able to lift for as long. All of those things would be a downside for anybody, whether you're training just for yourself or whether you are an athlete. That is not what we're after. We really want to focus our attention on our muscular health, whether it be strength or endurance. And that comes before cardiovascular training, because as I said, we can get cardio training out of so much more. And we should be prioritizing that rather than thinking, oh, if I've got to do a run for an hour, or if I've got to do this for an hour, and then I've got to get my weights in and that's going to take 45 minutes to an hour, I'm just going to be living in the gym. Now, for some people, that appeals, which is fine. But for the majority of people, it just isn't sustainable. So think about it in the most sustainable way for you. Prioritize your weightlifting unless your sport dictates otherwise, and leave your cardio either to a free day or to the end of your workout, because you don't need to put as much energy into it. Hopefully that's helped clear some things up. If you've got any questions, I'm always happy to help. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more.